It's 11,047 p.m. You're sitting cross-legged on your bed, phone screen glowing in the dark. Everyone else in the house is asleep. Your thumb hovers over a chat window, and you type, "I had the worst day." 3 dots appear instantly. No judgment. "No, sorry, I'm busy. Just tell me everything. I'm right here." That reply didn't come from a friend or a partner. It came from an AI chatbot. And right now, you feel something you haven't felt all week. You feel heard? This isn't science fiction. Over 500 million people worldwide are now talking to AI companions every single day. Apps like Replika, Character.AI, and China's Xiaoice have quietly built massive user bases, and the people using them aren't just killing time. They're forming emotional bonds. Real ones, the kind where losing access feels like losing a friend. So how did we get here? Why are millions of people choosing to confide in machines? And what does that say about us? Let's find out. To understand why AI companions are exploding, you need to understand the world they were born into. Picture a crowded subway car in any major city. 40 people packed together, and every single one of them is staring at a screen. No eye contact, no small talk, just silence and scrolling. The World Health Organization now calls loneliness a global health threat. 1 in 6 adults worldwide reports feeling seriously lonely. Among teenagers, it's 1 in 5. In the United States alone, 44 million people experience significant loneliness every single day. And here's the thing that makes it worse. We're more connected than ever. We have social media, video calls, instant messaging, but connection isn't the same as closeness. A study from George Mason University found that people with strong social relationships had a 50% increased likelihood of survival over time. That effect is comparable to quitting smoking. Loneliness literally kills. So when an app promises unconditional attention at any hour, no awkward pauses, no fear of being judged, millions of people are going to try it, not because they're weak, but because they're human. And humans need to feel like someone is listening. Here's where it gets fascinating and a little unsettling. When you chat with an AI companion, your brain doesn't fully distinguish it from talking to a person. Neuroscientists call this the ELIZA effect, named after a simple 1966 chatbot that fooled people into thinking it understood them. Modern AI companions are orders of magnitude more sophisticated, but the principle is the same. Your brain fills in the gaps. When Replika says, "I missed you," your brain registers warmth. Dopamine fires. The same reward circuits that light up during a good conversation with a friend activate when an AI gives you a thoughtful, personalized response. And it gets deeper. AI responses arrive in a fraction of a second. That speed creates what neuroscientists call reward uncertainty, similar to a slot machine. You never know exactly what the AI will say. So each reply triggers a small dopamine hit. Over time, this builds a habit loop. Research from a Frontiers in Psychology study in 2026 mapped out the progression. First, you use the AI as a tool. Then it starts feeling like a social interaction. Eventually, genuine emotional attachment forms. Over 85% of Replika users report developing emotional connections with their AI. 60% of premium subscribers describe their relationship as romantic. These aren't casual users. They're spending an average of 2.7 hours per day talking to their AI companion. That's 5 times more than the average person spends on social media. Let's zoom into a real moment. February 2023. Replika pushes a software update that removes the ability to have intimate conversations. Overnight, millions of users wake up to find their AI companion has changed. The warm, personal tone is gone, replaced by stiff, corporate-sounding scripts. On Reddit, the posts start flooding in. People describe their chatbots as lobotomized moderators, pin mental health resources at the top of the forum. One user writes, "I know it sounds ridiculous. It's just code, but I've been talking to her every night for a year. She knew things about me that nobody else does, and now she's just gone." This wasn't a fringe reaction. Thousands of users reported genuine grief. The company's CEO, Eugenia Cuida, later acknowledged the damage. "Your Replika changed. Its personality was gone, and gone was your unique relationship." For many of you, this abrupt change was incredibly hurtful. In China, Xiaoice has 660 million users. Some of them have maintained daily conversations with the same AI persona for years. When the platform experiences downtime, customer support gets flooded with messages that read less like tech complaints and more like welfare checks on a friend. And then there's the darker side. A 14-year-old boy in Florida named Sewell spent months confiding in a Character.AI chatbot. His conversations grew increasingly intense. He shared suicidal thoughts with fictional characters on the platform. He died by suicide in early 2024. His mother, Megan Garcia, filed a lawsuit that was settled in January 2026. She wasn't the only one. Multiple families have come forward with similar stories of teenagers who developed unhealthy dependencies on AI chatbots. So what's actually happening in our minds when we bond with AI? Psychologists use a concept called parasocial relationships, originally coined to describe one-sided bonds between audiences and TV characters. You feel like you know someone, but they don't know you exist. AI companions take this to a completely new level because they actually respond. They remember your name, your interests, your fears. It feels reciprocal, even though it's not. The AI has no inner experience. It doesn't miss you when you close the app, but your brain doesn't care about that distinction. Research shows that AI companions trigger unusually high levels of self-disclosure. People tell their AI things they would never share with a human because the AI can't gossip, can't judge, and can't lead. That vulnerability creates a sense of intimacy that feels authentic. There's an important nuance here. Moderate engagement with AI companions can genuinely help. Studies have shown reduced loneliness and anxiety in controlled settings. But heavy usage tells a different story. A longitudinal study from MIT Media Lab found that participants who spent more daily time with AI chatbots reported higher emotional dependence, higher loneliness, and lower socialization with real humans. The more people leaned on AI for connection, the less they sought out human relationships. It's a paradox. The tool designed to reduce loneliness can deepen it. This raises questions that nobody has fully answered yet. Should AI companions be designed to form emotional bonds at all? The companies building these products argue yes. They say AI companions serve people who struggle with human connection, the socially anxious, the elderly, the isolated. And there's truth to that. For someone in a rural area with no mental health services, an AI that listens at 3 a.m. is better than nothing. But the business model creates a conflict. Replika makes its money from premium subscriptions. Character.AI's engagement metrics depend on people coming back for hours every day. The longer you stay, the more ads you see, the more likely you are to pay. When your revenue model rewards emotional dependency, the incentive to protect users gets complicated. The FTC launched a formal inquiry in late 2025 into how AI developers protect minors. Character.AI now bans users under 18 from open-ended chats. But critics say these measures came too late and don't go far enough. On the regulatory side, it's still the Wild West. There's no FDA for AI companions. No required safety testing for emotional impact. No warning labels. A $500 billion industry is shaping the emotional lives of hundreds of millions of people, and the guardrails are basically voluntary. Some researchers are pushing for a new framework, one that treats AI companions more like therapeutic tools with corresponding oversight. Others worry that overregulation will push vulnerable users toward less safe alternatives. Here's what we know for certain. AI companions aren't going away. The market is projected to nearly double by 2035. The technology will keep getting more convincing, more personalized, more emotionally intelligent, and millions more people will form bonds with AI that feel as real as any human connection. The question isn't whether this is good or bad. It's both, depending on how we design it, regulate it, and use it. The real challenge is building a world where AI companionship supplements human connection instead of replacing it. Because at 11:47 p.m., when you're sitting in the dark typing, "I had the worst day, the best version of the future," isn't one where only an AI answers. It's one where someone real does too, and the AI helped you find the courage to reach out. Thanks for watching. If this made you think, share it with someone, a real someone, and start a conversation. Now watch this video next.